back on week 2, and it's been a lot of learning, a lot of thinking, and I got everything you said that you want to look out for on this call, and let's get
Hmm.
started.
Okay. How you feeling today?
Really good.
So, what was some of the biggest stuff that came up in the last week here for you?
To be honest, a lot of fear around, like, you said something like we should think about how many clients do we want to serve,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure. It's not it's not that I don't feel like I can provide a good enough service to those clients, but the biggest fear that I have right now is not being able to reach those clients and talk to them and present the offer in a way that we convince them that this is really good and this is worth like 3, 4, $5,000.
Okay. So do you think the bigger concern is finding the people, or do you think the bigger concern is actually what to do when you get on the conversation?
uh like the biggest issue for me is not on the conversation, because like if I'm getting on the call I can like talk to them, but like finding the people and converting them to the sales call, that's been the biggest issue.
So, okay. So, if you get them on the call, do you feel confident about how you're going to actually have that conversation?
Yeah, I think obviously I can improve a lot on the sales call,
Yeah.
but the sales call part, I think it's the part that I feel most confident about, to like get into the call and present everything, because I really trust our editors, our copywriters, everyone that works within our company, so that it's easier for me to do the call. The hardest part is to cut through the noise and show them like, oh, we are a different company, not like just a short agency or something like that.
Got it. Okay. So, the biggest thing for you then, so we'll obviously work on how to actually handle that call once we get there. But yeah, it sounds like the biggest issue for you is actually getting the right people to the call. So, so I want to just quickly look at what you kind of put together around pricing and like what the actual offering is.
What we have it set up right now, or what we think we can serve those clients.
Your ideal offering.
uh yeah, so the ideal offer would be to like SaaS owner or someone that has a service that is global, because with content they can reach a lot more people than uh, if they are a
Yeah,
local
but
company.
yeah, but I don't mean like the ideal person as much as it's just like let's just talk about what you're gonna actually do for them, right? Because that's the
The
first.
deliverables.
Um, the deliverables are a part of it, but you really want to look at it in terms of outcomes. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So the biggest thing here is looking at it in terms of outcomes because these are all deliverables, right? If you're comparing yourself based on videos and long form and all that kind of stuff, then people are going to compare you to like any other editor out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the biggest thing is people aren't signing up for videos that are done. Like they obviously that's a part of it and that's the path. But what is it that they actually want from you?
Probably to get clients, to get more views, to get well known within their space, and to be recognized as an authority, uh, to grow their personal brand, to reach more clients, probably.
Right. So so you said that one twice, right? In terms of reaching more
Yeah,
clients. So let's just kind of stick with that one because this is an objective outcome that you can deliver for clients, which is, hey, our work delivered you clients or it didn't.
yeah.
So, and the way that we want to get you there, of course, is long form. But then the next question is, just because they have the long form videos, does that mean that they're in a position where they can enroll clients?
Probably not,
Okay, why not?
because they need strategy, they need research, they need a lot of other things that only producing the long form videos will not get them there.
Right. So, so then for you, what does your ideal client need to have in place for you to come in versus what is it that you actually want to support them with?
Uh, from them, we just need 3 to 4 hours a month, so we can have one conversation around what topics they want to talk about, what, and then we do a deep dive on the niche. We research it a lot, come up with the ideas, and then script those ideas and then deliver it to them so they can produce the content. And then the only part that they have to do is film the videos, uh,
Yeah,
and
but
then
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying, right? Because the thing that you need to think about is what does a client actually need in place in order to make sure that they're taking views from their videos and converting them into clients.
oh, okay, probably they will need like a landing page, email newsletter, and CTAs around the videos. And yeah, I think those three will work.
Okay. So they already need to have. So what I heard in that is they already need to have something that's a nurture function
Yeah,
inside their world. They need to have something that can convert people onto their list, nurture those people, and they already need to know how to turn them into customers.
yeah, exactly.
So what they're looking for is more traffic, not necessarily all of those things.
Yeah,
So you see how, because the flip side of that is if you're trying to work with people that actually want clients but have none of that, then are you going to want to help them with all of that?
oh, I see. Yeah, if we find people that already have those things in place, and when we come in and put more traffic to the sales page, to the email newsletter, they will have like a lot more impact on their revenue than people who are just starting out and need to build those things in order to have the service work for them.
Right. But yeah, exactly. Right. But the more important thing here is you just have to think about what's the actual outcome that you're owning. Because, like, yes, the people want more clients, but then you want to think about, well, how much of that do you want to take responsibility for? Because then your ideal client actually has to have all this stuff in place, and they already have one traffic source probably already running. Maybe it's maybe it is Facebook ads, maybe it is other things that they're doing on social, right? But like they already have like they already know, like if they can just get in front of more eyeballs, they can convert that traffic and they could nurture them and they could turn them into customers,
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
right? So because then the most important thing for you is, are you guys helping them drive more traffic, and what is the conversion rate on that traffic, and can you follow that all the way through, because then you have then you have ROI there, right?
Yeah, and then we can use that on the sales part as well, right?
Yeah. So based on that, like, because the way you want to think about, like, how much do you think people spend on ads? Like your ideal customer, how much do you think they're already spending on ads?
Um, Probably like $5 to $30,000.
$5,000 to $30,000. Okay. Yeah, let's I would say 5 is on the extreme low end of that equation, but let's say 5. But I would say it's $5,000 to $50,000 and up. But then it's also seeing, do they have a, because you want to think about it from like a risk perspective, because are they vulnerable as a business because they are relying on all of their traffic to be coming from one source, so they need to start diversifying.
Yeah, and not only that, not only the protection from the diversification, but also they have, like, when the strategy is running, probably they will have a lower cost on conversion from the ads because more people are like touching the content they are producing.
Okay, so you're saying that, because of, yeah, because of what you're doing here.
Yeah, because one of the campaigns that people usually run on Facebook ads are like campaigns to convert people from cold audience to like warm audience, like people that don't know you to get to know you and understand what you offer.
Yeah.
So we can do that through content, through reels, through uh, YouTube, TikTok, and then the cost per acquisition will be a lot lower on the ad side.
Okay. So you see, that's already a very different value proposition than, hey, I'm going to record a couple videos for you,
Yeah.
right?
It's a
So
totally different.
yeah, right. So how much are we talking here, right? Like, so if someone's spending $50,000 on ads, how much of a reduction are we talking about?
Usually, the cost per acquisition through content is 66% lower.
Okay. But are you saying that they'll be able to get, so if they're spending $50,000 on ads, are you saying that they'll be able to get the same results with $25,000?
Yeah, around that, like 20 to 25.
Okay. Because if you can prove that, right? If you can prove that for someone spending $50,000, if they can get the same result and outcome with $25,000, then how much did they just save there?
Yeah, around $30,000 a month.
Yeah. So now you're starting to like, so the biggest thing that you're starting to realize is, if you want to charge more money, you have to solve a higher quality problem.
Yeah,
So a lot of people have a six-figure problem that's hiding in their world, but if you want someone to pay you $5,000, $10,000, you have to, think about, like, if I handed you $5,000 and I said, hey, I'm going to do something that's going to give you a 10 to 20x return on this $5,000, like, would you take that offer?
yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah, all day, of course, right?
Yeah,
So what about at a 3x return?
yeah, probably.
Okay, so 3x, 5x, and so on, right? So, so if we look at this here in terms of all the things that we're talking about, right? Like a 3x return is 15,000. You know,
25 is 5.
yeah, 25K, right?
And
And
this
and
is assuming they are spending only 50,000. So if they are spending like 150, 200,000 a month, uh, the savings will be a lot greater.
yeah, exactly. So in this case, the more you spend, well, the more that they're spending, and the more that you're able to save them and reduce their ad costs, and the more valuable this actual service offering is.
Yeah,
So this is when it starts to become a no-brainer for the amount, right? So all of a sudden, if you're going to someone and you're just like, okay, well, how much are you spending on ads? It's like, okay, well, what happens if we're able to reduce that by even 30%? Because that gap is the difference.
Yeah.
right? So because it's the same thing on the other side where you say, great, well, how much money are you making now? Well, I'm sorry, you say like, how much money do you want to be like? How much money do you want to be making online, right? And for you, Lataba, like, how much is that?
Right now is around $10,000.
Yeah, $10,000 a month, right? And you already shared that you're doing somewhere around like $2,000 to $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
So your gap of not knowing how to do that, and your opportunity cost right now every single month is $7,000 a month.
Yes.
So so what would you be willing to pay to get to close that gap?
A lot of money.
See, but you see how the problem all of a sudden completely changed,
Yeah.
because the moment that you're at $10,000 a month, that's 10,000 times, like 10,000 times even 6 months. That's $60,000,
Yes.
right?
And
So
then and then I think it becomes just an issue of trust, right?
yeah, of course, because right now, like, do you have a case study that does this,
With someone that does like ads, no, I haven't.
where you've proven out this exact value proposition of will reduce your CPA and CPL by just increasing, by helping you create your organic audience,
No, I haven't.
right? So, so this is one value proposition, right? So this is one value proposition. Another one is, of course, hey, we just want to like blow up your traffic and help you build your email list, because once you do that, we want to be able to convert it. So these are like two separate value propositions for two different types of people.
If I want to uh, get a case study around something like this, like, because I think this is something that not only I will struggle with, but a lot of the audience that is hearing this conversation will struggle with as well. Like, I know I can solve a higher problem, like a problem that like more people that have a lot of more money can benefit from, like this one with the ads. But I don't know how to get a case study from for something like this.
So yeah, so there's a couple ways that you can do this, but the first thing is like you just got to do the deal, right? So it's looking at companies that you already know are spending money on ads. And I mean, you can go into like different Facebook groups and just say, hey, look, I'm just trying to run an experiment. Like, I'm this type of person. I'm just trying to run an experiment, looking for people that are spending at least like $30,000 a month in ads. And I'm just trying to help reduce the ad costs.
And then post that on multiple groups, multiple
Yeah,
like.
you can do multiple groups as a starting place. And there will be a level of cold outreach, right? But you just have to look at, um, you just have to go look at like your criteria to see if they're actually fitting it. Because I'm thinking about this from the perspective um, of course, you can go through who you know, right? You can go through who you know in order to actually reach for this. But it's also looking at, well, how do you actually spin up this opportunity from scratch? But then you and I also talked about, well, how do we get on people's radars?
Yes.
Because because some people, if you already know, like, because if you already know, because I'd imagine there's tons of YouTube channels out there where YouTube's still their primary traffic source, but they're not doing any shorts at all. Would that be fair, or is that not the case?
No, yeah, probably. A lot of YouTubers don't use Shorts because it's a new platform.
Right. So this is about making a list of the people, and then just thinking about, well, how do you actually stand out, because there's no traffic on the extra mile. And you and I talked about this over WhatsApp, where getting in front of people is truly, truly, truly a matter of like looking at their world and seeing how can you actually stand out, and that's just by doing extra things that people aren't willing to do.
Uh, so around that, like, do you think it's more valuable for me to make a list of like 20 people that would be really great to work with, and then like invest a lot of my time on those people, or to try to do a little work for like 50 people, like 100 people maybe?
I'd make a list of like 10 people and then do everything you can to like get their attention.
Okay.
Like
Like
10 people that you really vibe with, that you really enjoy. Because like this doesn't need to be a shotgun approach, right? It's just like, hey, you know, I'm building my agency. Just be transparent, right? It's like, hey, I'm building my agency. Um, and we start looking at their problems and start seeing like, hey, what can we do to put something in front of them? And the idea that I gave you is, if they have like YouTube videos, then we could just cut them into shorts and send it back to them and be like, hey, I did 5 shorts for you
yeah,
because I noticed you're not consistent. You're either not consistent or not doing this at all.
yeah. And if they don't have it, we can offer something like a whole week, or maybe even like a whole month of content for free or something like that, with like
No, that's not
1 hour.
that's not what it, no, I wouldn't do that, because in the beginning, what's more important is, because you're unknown, you want to at least get your case. Like, you tell them, hey, I want to be a case study for you, but you have hard costs. So you just tell them, hey, if you can cover my costs, this is what I'm going to charge. And then once we get you the results after a month, like, let's revisit this. And are you willing to actually pay what it actually looks like?
Okay.
Because what's more important to you now is not necessarily making the money, it's actually just getting the result
Yeah.
and just getting your reps in.
Yeah. No, I think
So,
the it's a problem like the chicken and the egg, right? And you don't have, you know, you can do the work, but you don't have the results to show people that you can do the work. So and without the results, you can get the people. So this is,
yeah,
I
but
think it's
then,
the hardest part.
yeah, but maybe what are your other options then?
Yeah, I think one thing that I was thinking about is like getting the case studies for free or something like that.
Okay, that's one. What's another option?
What you just said, like to do something to just get their attention, and then try
Something we
to,
haven't talked about yet.
something we haven't talked about. uh, One thing that we are trying to do is we just started our main YouTube channel, and to use myself as a client to
Yeah,
show that we can do the work.
yeah, yeah. Be your own best case study,
Yeah.
right? So what's also interesting, right, is that um, there's a couple different buckets of people, because there's also a lot of people who are really amazing speakers and who are really amazing thought leaders who have absolutely no video presence whatsoever. So there's a lot of people that are going to be willing to say yes and willing to take a bet. You just have to like make a list of these people and just reach out to them.
Reaching out to them, you say like doing the, but like if they don't have the YouTube videos, how do we reach out to them in a way that is like meaningful, so they take the call or respond on their DM?
It's going to be on a case by case basis for everyone.
Okay.
I mean, we can go through an example. Like, do you want to pull up? Like, do you have someone in mind already?
Uh, that don't do video. Yeah. Let me check real quick. Someone
Yeah.
here.
And just to wrap up that initial thought that we were on, yeah, like you being your own best case study is an amazing way to go when you're first getting started,
Yeah.
because it's actually
I think.
better. Yeah, it's better to work for yourself than it is for like shitty clients. Also,
Yeah. Uh, the only problem that I have with me being the case study is because, like, I think it's really good and we are totally doing it. But the problem is, like, let's say you spend uh, 40, 50 grand on ads, and we help you. The rate of, like, how fast can you get results, it's a lot higher than someone like me that doesn't spend on ads, doesn't have like a established business or something like that.
yeah, for sure. But this is where you're going to keep the path that you're going, and you can do everything that you can to be as creative as possible to get attention, because then you're just playing the game that everyone else is playing. And then the other side is, yeah, if you want clients, then you got to get in front of the right people and just start getting content in the right places.
Oh yeah, I have someone, but they, let me share the screen real quick.
um, what about your existing clients? None of them can pay more than what they're already paying.
Yeah, we are upselling one of the clients, but like, get them from where they at to where we want them to go, to like from 1,000 to like 3 4,000. I think it's a much harder sell.
Well, how many clients did you say that you had?
Right now we have 4 clients.
And where'd you find them?
Two from Upwork, one one was like through networking, and the other one was somebody that I knew.
Okay. So so the Upwork clients, how much are you charging them?
800 and 600 for the other one, but we are upselling them to 1,000.
Okay. And $800 to do what for you? Or to do what for them?
Um, 4 YouTube videos and 15 reels, and all
Okay.
the strategy, the scripting, and the data analysis as well.
Yeah, that's ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and do you believe in them?
Uh, yeah. Two of the clients have a lot of potential to grow on YouTube, and the other two doesn't.
Got it.
Like, not right now with like what they are putting out.
Got it. Okay. So that's the other thing that for you to consider is like you have two clients on your roster that you don't even believe in. So like I would just go to the other clients and just say, hey, you know, I'd rather I'd rather double down on you guys and help you be more successful, because right, and be transparent, right? You can just be transparent with them. It's like, look, I have 4 clients. I'd like to take that down to 2. I think you guys have a lot of potential. Here's what more we can do. And you can actually get them up to 3,000. You just have to make a different offer.
Yeah.
I mean, what
But
kind of businesses do they run?
one is marketing agency, The other one is uh, one is a marketing agency. One sells courses through like sells online courses. Um, the other one, he's like a SEO guy that sells his websites, and uh, the other one is like health and fitness. They have a small studio that you go to work out.
Okay. Do you know how much? Do you know how
How
much
much
revenue they do?
revenue they do? Um, no, probably not.
Okay. And why didn't you ask them?
Honestly, because when we started, we were just selling like video editing, so uh, a lot has changed from the beginning of the company to where we at.
Yeah, I would go back to them and like have a strategy conversation. Just ask them like how much revenue are they doing and where do they want to go. That way you can start coming up with a plan. And then based on that, we can see like, hey, can you even upsell your clients even more? But I wouldn't pitch like hold off on pitching your clients anything. Let's actually
Just
take
ask
your
them.
yeah, let's take your two high potential ones and just say, hey, just out of curiosity, just do this on your next check-in. Hey, just out of curiosity, how much revenue you guys generating right now?
Okay,
And then and then if they ask you why, just say, well, because we want to know what our starting point is to see where you want to land. So, what's your goal? And then I would ask them, hey, what are your biggest gaps? Like, what are the three biggest blockers or challenges or gaps in getting to that next revenue goal?
what if like one of the companies, the person that does the content is not like the CEO of the company? uh, should I
So just
do the
just find
meeting
out
with him or try to get a meeting with the CEO of the company?
who hired you.
The guy who is doing the content.
You can ask him just to find out, and then if he can't answer it, just see if you can get a meeting with the CEO.
Okay.
Because what a lot of people don't realize is like if you already have clients, there's a high likelihood that you can probably charge them more.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's pop back. So that's one thing for next week is just or as soon as possible, just like see what their revenues are, what their goals are, and their three challenges.
Okay.
Okay, so who are we looking at here?
uh yeah, this is the option that I thought about. Like, this is a guy that we are starting a podcast to get to know more people, uh like, and talk about how creating content has helped them. And
Yeah,
because I think one of the ways that we can supercharge the content is if somebody is already doing the content to get clients as well. Because normally higher volume on social media gets like more impressions. There is a
sure,
strong correlation between the views that you get, the impressions that you get, and how many content pieces you put out.
sure.
So uh let me just, yeah.
So
And
why this guy?
I think we could help him a lot because uh he is only doing like LinkedIn posts, you know, and he's already like owning a successful SaaS company. And then probably he's using social media to get clients, so we could use that to like improve how many clients he's getting through the service that we are offering.
So he's already
And then
successful on LinkedIn.
yeah,
Okay.
he has let me see, 500 plus connections and how many followers?
So
Yeah, 30,000, thirteen
okay,
thousand
and
followers.
and and does he have like a way to convert people to his email list? Do you want to show it on the screen? Because I only see your YouTube.
Oh, you're only seeing the YouTube. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now you can see.
Yep.
Okay. Um, I don't I don't see where, but maybe the CTAs inside the posts. But he already has ebooks and other
Okay.
resources for his company. So probably the company
So
has.
so if you so I think the question is like we're gonna do our introductory offer, and is that just gonna be all shorts?
What do you mean about like introductory offer?
I mean, your case study offer, just like get in through the door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do something that is quick, around like 60 minutes, and then do multiple shorts for him to, so he can post on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Reels
But
as
he
well.
already has videos online, right?
No, he doesn't. The videos that you saw were from like interviews that he did, and then those people clipped the videos.
Got it. But is he so okay? But like this is the thing is that is he actually going to be good on video then? I mean, he's a speaker, so I guess maybe.
Yeah,
Okay. So so maybe there's an opportunity where like this is a good example, right? Where can you take some of his talks online and are you able to get 5 clips out?
yeah, probably. Yeah, when I was researching, I thought about this. Like, we can take the interviews, do the clips, send to him, and like get the foot in the door that way.
Yeah, cuz I think what's going to be really exciting for you is like not even focus on 10, just focus on 1. Because the thing that I want you to think about is you should be able to reach anyone if you really put your mind to it.
Like, just focus on one person and
One person,
okay. Yeah, I
right?
think I
Just
think
like,
it's a lot more achievable if I'm just focusing on one to like try to even get some kind of response like, no, I don't want this. But yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like it's better for you to get a no
and then
than
move.
no response.
Okay.
But if you're super intentional about working with one person, like this is going to be then you can open the door for anyone here. But this is the opportunity for you to really create a process where you can get in front of anyone.
And that's a lot more valuable than like shooting 2,000 messages and like getting
Yeah,
one
absolutely.
response rate. Yeah. No, sure. uh
I mean, like
and
think about the
probably
amount of
we'll have a
time
lot.
people spend trying to get in touch with one person.
Yeah, it's like
Like 30
one, two,
seconds.
maybe maximum like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, right? So if you literally 10x your level of effort, like, do you think you can not get in touch with this guy?
Yeah, probably.
Right?
There was
So,
a experiment that a college professor did on the US where the theory that he had was like, if you really try, you can get in the whole like you can get to talk to anyone. And then he asked all the students to send like 5 letters to uh, five people that they thought they were unreachable, and like the response rate was like amazing because the letters were handwritten and then sent to the houses of those people.
right. So, yeah, I would just pick like one person that you really want to work with. Like I don't know if you really want to work with this guy. Like I want you to pick someone that you really want to work with.
Yeah, focus on like
Dream client.
like
Like holy
really
shit,
choose
like
someone. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair.
And then, and then we can come up with a plan on what that looks like, but I think you should just distill it down to the one. So, what are your concerns here going into this?
uh Not much. I think I just have to put all the shotgun work that we were doing into the effort of reaching like someone,
How
and I
much
think it's
how much time did it take for you to in that, just even doing that shotgun approach?
we are spending like 2 maybe 3 hours a day,
Across how many days?
all days of the week.
For how long?
uh the last 3 weeks. So
7
that
days a
would be,
week?
yeah.
So that's 7 times 3 times. So seven
Three.
times 3 times 3, right?
Yeah, it's 21, 42, 63.
63 hours.
Yeah.
So you spent almost 8 full days
Yeah.
trying to get in touch with all these people and you got no responses.
When you put it like that, it's like it's way worse than I was imagined.
Right, but Latava, like this is for you to, but this is
Yeah,
perspective,
yeah.
right? Because if you're willing to spend 8 days
On
to
reaching
get in
one
touch with
person.
no one,
Yeah.
like what happens when you can literally dedicate every day next week to one person, and I guarantee you would probably get in touch with every single one of them, or at
Like
least have like
spending
an 80%
3 hours.
success rate.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think you are absolutely right. I was For me it's just like a whole different perspective on the issue, because uh not only that, but like every single person that I reach out to could be a potential good client, but they don't know, and they don't like we spend so little time on them that they wouldn't know like who we are or what we can do for them.
Yeah, but let's talk about, like, this is the best part, right? If you create like 5 to 10 videos just to get in the door and just to get them to answer, and if they don't answer, you can publish them all.
Yeah.
You can publish them all,
And
right?
start like a theme page around that.
Sure, you can start a theme page if you want, but you can also literally just put this up, be like, hey, I'm just trying to get in touch with you, but here's a video by so and so. I'm just trying to get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you spent every day uploading 3 to 5 videos of your ideal avatar to the internet with something written to them in those videos, and then they're just like, whoa, who tagged me on this video, and they watch it.
yeah, like this is the video we could be doing for you. Like people would
Yeah,
watch this. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and then by the way, if that's how they discover you, you can charge full rate, not like some introductory rate.
Yeah.
So why don't you make a list of why don't you make a list of like 7 people, just so you have like a spread, unless you already know the one. But then let's start coming to the plan from one at a time.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Cool. How you feel?
A lot less lost than I was before starting this call. It's funny because I had this belief that like uh something that we would like talk about and like would make me understand like what I'm doing wrong, and I thought like I must be doing something really really wrong to like putting to be putting all this effort and not having anyone like respond. And
Yeah,
yeah,
because you're putting all the effort, but you're not showcasing yourself at all.
yeah, exactly.
Right? For everyone listening to this, it's like if you're putting all this effort, but you're not putting that effort into creating what you're actually good at and then putting that online, then of course you're going to fail.
Yeah,
Because you're doing the thing that's just incongruent to yourself, right? So are you clear on next steps here?
yeah, totally.
Okay, so what are the next steps?
uh to talk to the clients that we have to understand where they are right now and how we can get them uh, results and like measure those results, understand
Hmm.
their challenges, and then make a list of 7 people to reach out to and do it in a very uh, use a lot more time than we were and have like a specific approach, not a shotgun approach to the sales part.
Yeah, and when you have the list, then like we could start talking, then start thinking about ideas for a plan, and then we can discuss it after that.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Thank you a lot.